Greetings, Sigmas. This is Alex from Sigma Spirit, and I want to get personal and real. So recently we just shot a video about signs of a transformation, and during the writing of the signs of transformation, I had to write something else, and I've got my notes here because I had to write down something I wanted to share. And this video is going to be a little different. This video is going to be about something very personal, something very real, something about waking up and finding freedom. Because right now, there's a lot of things happening in the world. And I want to just share this message, and it's going to be short. So, let's get personal, let's get real, and talk about my experience and what led me to be talking to you on a camera about being a Sigma male, and why I'm driven to do this kind of thing. But before we get into it, as always, I want to ask you to go ahead and subscribe before I get too deep, before anything blows your mind too much and you get lost in the deep Sigma Spirit video. Go ahead and subscribe so you don't lose this. It's a very chaotic world right now, a lot of things grabbing your attention, and if you think that this kind of content is going to help you understand who you are, understand how to have a better life, make an impact, understand yourself, subscribe now so you don't lose it. So, previously we talked about transformations, signs of a transformation, and it got me thinking about my own transformation. It got me thinking about who I've been my whole life, and how I've just felt so utterly misunderstood, so outside of the circle. I've always felt like there's other people, they're all sitting around a fire, and that fire's warmth represents normal human emotions, normal social feedback, normal validation, reassurance, normalcy. And I always felt like people sat around that fire and they received those emotions. They received that feedback and they were happy with that fire. They sat around the fire. The fire of marriage, the fire of kids, the fire of a house, the fire of a good 9 to 5. And they just sat around that fire and they enjoyed that fire. And there were times in my life where I stepped up to the fire and I sat next to them. And it felt like, this doesn't warm me like it warms you. But for most of my life, I've lived outside of the fire. I've lived outside of that little circle. And at times I've made my own little circle of fire. I've met people who were in their own little circle of fire. I went to LA last year in October. I went to Infinite Man Summit, presented by Sasha Daygame. And I met incredible people. I met people who were sitting at the same fire I was sitting at. Truly extraordinary experience. But for most of my life, I felt misunderstood. And I felt like there were qualities about me that people and society didn't really cherish. And I think that is something that really resonates with people watching these videos. That fire analogy is something I think people will think about in their own lives and truly understand that we've all been sitting outside this fire trying to get warm by the other fire, by the fire of the common path. And we're never going to get warm by that fire. And the longer we sit around the outside of that fire trying to warm ourselves, we're just wasting time. And we're pulling ourselves away from our own Sigma truth, our own Sigma spirit. And this is who I've been my whole life. And yet, over the past few years, I've been in this process of understanding who the fuck I am. Understanding who the fuck I'm not. And that's more important than understanding who you are. Understanding who you're not. For a long time, I believed I could be everything. And I was wrong. I was so wrong about that. Because you can't be everything. You can only be yourself. And I think I mentioned that in the book review when I talked about the great work of your life. And in that book, he talks about everyone has a vocation, and there can only be one vocation for everyone, being yourself. So my journey to being a Sigma male, to having this Sigma Spirit channel and my other channel on YouTube, has been a journey about understanding who I'm not. I've tried so many things. I've tried to wear so many masks. I've tried to fit into so many different places. And it's been a journey of understanding who I'm not. There's only one person I can be. And I didn't understand that until the last 12 months. And the transformation video I talked about helped me understand. Thinking about the signs of a transformation helped me understand that transformations are ugly. When a butterfly transforms into when a caterpillar transforms into a butterfly, correct me if I'm wrong, but we have this image of maybe this cartoonish caterpillar growing wings and gracefully transforming into a butterfly. But it doesn't. It pretty much kills itself to become the butterfly. And I think that a lot of transformations happen that way. And the past 12 months of my life have been no different. It's been a dirty, ugly, messy transformation. And I only discovered what a Sigma male was about 7 or 8 months ago. And like many of you, it was like a light bulb. A light bulb went off. That's me. That is me. And I'm sure many of you, just like me, we think, I'm the most Sigma male person there is. And we create this persona, our own vision of what a Sigma male is. And that's totally fine. We're creating this as we're going along. But for me to discover what a Sigma male was only 7 or 8 months ago gave me such clarity. So for 32 years of my life, I never had that clarity until I discovered what that meant. And that was all part of my waking up. That was part of my transformation. And that was part of freeing myself. And I hope these videos help you wake up, transform, and free yourself. Because freedom is very important. And I've been reading this book called How to Find Freedom in an Unfree World. And it's been very important for me to read this book during these times. Because we think about the world right now. We think about it becoming less free. We think about restrictive societies, measures, laws changing, lockdowns, etc. And we think, wow, we have to break the system. Sigma males, we're here to destroy the system. We're going to make a new system. And I'm going to tell you that's half of a lie. You've been lied to about Sigma males if you think that you're here to destroy the system. You've been half lied to. And I'll tell you why in a moment. It's because you're not here yet to break the system. You might one day build a better system. Maybe some of you are entrepreneurs. You're going to build a new social media platform. Maybe some of you are going to build a new men's community. Maybe some of you are going to build a better car. Maybe some of you are the next Elon Musk who needs this push towards how to create amazing but technologically heretical solutions. Things that just break the norm. But many of you are not there yet. And I think it's because you think you're just going to break the system without changing yourself. So there's one thing I learned in that book. And it's becoming very apparent as I look around the world right now. And I think in my hotel room, let's change the system. Let's go out there and break society down and create a new one. And yet I'm unhappy. There are so many things I should be doing in my life right now. I need to fix myself first. Why? I'm not free. I have not learned freedom. And the whole ethos of that book, which I recommend you read, the whole ethos of that book is one thing. You're not here to break the system. You're not here to free the system. You are here to learn how to be free and live freely within an unfree system. That's all you can ever do. Maybe one day we can change the system. Maybe one day we can create better solutions that allow for more freedom. But right now, today, this month, this year, your obligation as a Sigma male, a man of high Sigma spirit, is to get your house in order, to free yourself. Because most of you are not there yet, including myself. So this is my call. This is my call to an action. And that action is not to go protest in the streets. It's not to go tear some buildings down. It's to free yourself. To be a beacon for other people, especially other Sigma males. Build those qualities. Be the best Sigma male you can be. Have an unbreakable spirit. And learn to do it by yourself right now in these times. And then when things open up, things get less restrictive, then you can start speaking with others. Once you're free, you can start to help free others. But no one in prison is able to help other people get free. You have to free yourself from your own prison first. You might be an outcast right now, and yet you haven't found out how to be the best version of yourself. And if you're not fully confident in yourself, despite not having others, if you don't feel fulfilled in your life, then there's no way you're going to help other people. So if you feel misunderstood, you feel like you have all the capabilities and the qualities and the traits of a Sigma male, you feel like there's some quality of spirit within you, you feel like you've been wronged, you feel like you're searching for justice, you feel like you must get revenge, then you must find that freedom within yourself first. Because if you don't have that, all of your actions are going to be incorrect, ill-guided, and they're going to be harmful to other people. So my message to you, wake up, free yourself, get strong during these times, and become a Sigma lighthouse. Become a Sigma lighthouse. Become that light in the fog others are searching for, whether they're beta, alpha, other Sigmas, unrecognized Sigmas. Maybe they're people who think all of these little words we have for our roles are complete bullcrap. Just be a lighthouse for other people. Because right now is the time for you to be selfish, so that you can truly be selfless later. So be selfish now, so you can be selfless later, and you can be authentic later. Because the world needs that authenticity right now. It needs that untarnished freedom of personality, emotion, spirit. The world needs more men who are spiritually free, emotionally free, mentally free, financially free, socially free. All of those things. And yet free to do the right thing without thinking that they have to do one thing or the other. So that's the what. That's the what we should do. And yet the how is a much more complicated topic. So for now, just focus on the what. And in future videos, we're going to really think about the how. How do we do this? So thank you. And I hope to see a liberated self from you. And in my own life, there's a lot I need to free. I need to find this place of freedom. And honestly, I want to thank you for watching this video, because this video is not totally for you. This video is totally my journey, partially my journey towards freeing myself. And it's been an honor and a privilege to share what I'm learning with you, and I thank you for watching. See you soon.